With summer camps, it's nice when they're tailored to your kids' interests.
That way, they don't complain about going, they look forward to it. Perk up if you have an animal lover at home.
Cathy Guinane is a pet behavior specialist with the Nebraska Humane Society. Tracey Wieser is here to tell us more about Camp Kindness. Welcome back to both of you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Cathy, who'd you bring in today?
This is Cinnie.
Well, I'd love to see her face.
Well, yes.
That's it. Right now, our
There,
viewers
well,
are getting a look at her
Behind-
rear.
behind
We have
shot.
a little
A baby.
problem.
What is her story, Cathy?
Cinnie is about 9 years old. She had some dental issues. She's had some ear issues. She does not hear 100%.
And how
And
old
she's
is
a little
she?
overweight, 9.
Yeah.
But she's getting some more walks, and even since she's been at the shelter, she's losing a little bit at a time. But she's 9, so it's going to take a little longer.
She's shed some lbs.
Yep, but she loves to go walking, and she keeps right on moving.
And like you said, she can't hear very well.
No.
But that doesn't seem to bother her. I mean, really all dogs need is their nose.
There you go. Yeah, she was having a grand old time over there using her nose.
Do you know anything about her story?
It was just a family situation that somehow they were splitting up, and she ended up with us instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody
That's how
couldn't
she
take
came
care
to
of
the
her
shelter.
anymore.
Well, you're here to talk about a couple of things this summer.
Yes.
And maybe we'll start with Camp Kindness, since
you
that's
go.
why Tracey's here.
Yes.
What's the concept with this camp?
Well, we try to cover a multitude of things. We do little training tidbits with Cathy. She comes down. We also do responsible pet ownership for kids. We like to really immerse them in what the shelter does. So we have our vets come and they visit. Our animal control officers come and visit. And then we have such wonderful community support that we have so many guest speakers and presenters that come with animals. We have wildlife encounters, the Nebraska Border Collie Rescue. They come and do agility with the kids. We have the Nebraska Wildlife Rehab that brings wildlife that's native to Nebraska to tell them what they do there.
So it's not just working with dogs
No,
every day.
it's not.
It's all
It's not.
kinds of animals.
And you can see that here's the list right here. Session 1 starts June 1st, and this really goes for 8 weeks.
It does.
Almost straight, right? Through July 31st. Is it good for kids who have pets, or those looking to get pets, or maybe kids who don't have any pets in their family?
I would say all three, actually. And we have lots of kids that come that do have pets, some that are adopting. We have many adoptions that take place during the summer because the kids come, they fall in love, they talk their parents into adopting. But we also, for a lot of kids that maybe have a family member that's allergic, but they're not, they come and they love that because they get all of that time with animals.
And I think too about kids who are interested in a career in veterinary medicine or working at the zoo, that it's a nice introduction to get to know some of those professionals who are already in the field. What else is happening this summer? This isn't the only thing you've got planned, is it?
We also have a junior handler class that will be held twice this summer, which is for kids who are 10 to 13 years old. They get to come to class and learn the basics. It's a 4-week class with their dog, and their parents just drive them there and pick them up. So the parents don't have to stay. So it's kind of a fun thing for them too,
The
with kids their
junior
own age.
handler, what age is that good for, you said?
10 to 13.
10 to 13.
But we'll
little
bump
more
it up too. If older ones want to come, I'll bump that up.
Oh boy, is she okay?
Yeah,
You
she's
don't need a
just-
foundational class?
No, this will
This
be their
is.
foundational class.
It was cooler yesterday, but it's going to heat up.
Yes, it
the
is.
Summer's coming, and
is.
it's just a good reminder about leaving your pets in the car.
Yes, it gets 10 times hotter in the car very quickly. Not leaving them in the car is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Even
because
if you crack
even
the
if you
window
crack
at
the
top,
windows,
yeah.
it still gets way too hot too fast. And dogs don't dissipate heat well, but even if have you ever sat in the car with just the windows open that far for 5 minutes, and how hot you get, and they get that much hotter because they cannot dissipate heat as well.
Well, and it's sad when you see it in the news, and almost every year we do. There's a story about it locally. But you take your dog out with you because you know how much they love being in the car and going for rides, and you're just
Right.
trying to give them something to look forward to,
Right.
but then it ultimately
It does.
isn't great for their
And
health.
it's one of those to just take them on rides when you know you're going to stay in the car, so you have control of the air conditioning, that kind of thing. But if you've got to run in and run errands, then they need to stay home.
You're going to run through the bank drive-through.
They
take
love
your dog.
that
I know
kind of
Mary takes her dog to the bank.
There you go.
Well, because he gets treats. They send one
Absolutely.
back with the receipt in
Yes.
the little thing, they stick it down the pipe and here it comes. And man, he loves that.
Yep.
Anything else you want to share with us while we've got you?
We have wonderful classes coming up too.
Yeah.
We're working on our Fun with Fidos, the beyond the basics. We have lots of the basic classes, but we want to get more people coming for other stuff.
Out
Out
on
of
the
Town is
town.
coming up. The end of the month, we have a backyard fun class that starts the 23rd, Saturday morning, which is a great way to figure out new ways to play with your dog in the yard.
And Cathy has said this, if you give your dog something to do other than dig in the flower beds,
They'll do
as
it.
you're starting to plant, and if they're already like they're pulling up bulbs or whatever you
Oh,
put
yeah.
in the ground, giving them something designated to do, then they leave that other
They
stuff
do.
alone.
They're supposed to stop digging.
They
That's
do.
the
If
theory, right?
They will.
Yeah.
Mike hasn't had that experience yet at home,
It's
so
follow
a
through.
good concept.
we're always
It is.
It's a
bending
good
her
concept,
ear.
yeah.
Got to
Kathy,
follow through.
Good to see you. And Tracey, it's nice to
Kathy,
meet
Tracey,
you.
good to
And
see you.
hopefully we can get her home today. She's just hanging out.
And she
Pretty
does that
low
best.
key.
Yeah.
It's her best thing.
Yeah, mine too.
Good to see you.
And
Oh,
our
thank
picture
you.
of the day was sure to be a great friendship.
And tomorrow, Broadway music in studio. And here's a little bit of a hint. The performers will only sing once for us.